So up next on the list of things to do for the Land Cruiser, this is for a 1999 Toyota Land Cruiser, is a phone mount solution. I'm sure all the owners are pretty aware that there's really nowhere to put your phone. When you put it down by the gear shifter, it flies everywhere. You put it up here, it slides everywhere. So thanks to some guys on the internet, some Facebook groups, and a couple of forums as well. This is not my idea. This is other guys' ideas, not mine. I take no credit for this. So thanks to those guys. But I really like the idea. I've had RAM mounts in the past, and this seems like a solid solution. Not for the faint of heart, because you do have to drill into the top here. I don't like suction cups on the windows. I've had those. Sometimes with the heat, they fall off. So I really don't want to mount it somewhere here. I like the idea of having it at the same level as the line of sight when you're driving. So this is what they've come up with, not with what I've come up with. So it's a Yak Attack gear track. It's for kayaks and boats, I guess. But basically it'll go up here, and so there's the part right there. Yak Attack from Amazon. I'll put everything in the description. I'll put all the links to this stuff. So you got your gear track there. Here's the hardware it comes with. We're going to be using the screws and the nuts, but we're not going to be using those tiny, teeny tiny washers that come with it. Once again, somebody else on a Facebook group, they're using these washers. So by having these, more surface area underneath there, hopefully won't let it move as much. Then you got 5 of them, so that thing, once all the nuts are tightened up and then these are up against the bottom of that, this thing should be planted pretty well. So keep those there, and then here's the ram mount piece that goes in the track. So it's a Ram 1-inch trackball with T-bolt attachment. So you have this piece, kind of locks in, and then the T piece will slide on into here. It's very simple. That's also why I like it too. So it slides in, and then to tighten it down to wherever you want it, if you want it in the middle, you just tighten, crank down on it, and I'm putting some force into that, and it's not going anywhere. If you want to move it over to the driver's side more, twist, so on and so forth. Over there, passenger side. Or if you want multiple, you want a radio and your phone, tablet, whatever, sky's the limit. You can add multiples. So there's that piece, and then you have the actual ram mount itself. So here's the one I'm using. There's the part number. Maybe there's the part number right there. Yep. There it is. Oops. Kind of like so. So open it up. Put your phone in. Like that. Open it up. Take the phone out. So you can loosen that. And just tighten. So it's a great idea. Whoever thought of this first, kudos to you. Yeah, and you can turn it, do whatever you want with it. So also goes landscape as well. Next up, it looks like there's 4 8mm bolts we're going to take out. That way we can move the head unit or whatever you got out of the way, and after we drill, we'll be able to get a wrench up there. We probably could do it now, but I'm just going to do it for convenience sake. I want to center it left and right using this piece and this piece, looking at it straight ahead, and just using those to center it. So that's pretty good right there. And then I'm looking at about 3.5 inches from the edge of the rail to this edge. So we got 3.5 there, and about 3.5 there. It slides really easily, so you can use tape to hold it in place. I'm not, because I don't have any blue tape at the moment. 3.5, 3.5. It looks pretty good. So as you're holding it, I was trying to use a Sharpie, but it wasn't. The tip was too fat to get through the holes to mark. So now I'm just using a pen. Let's see if this works. Now we can really take a measurement to see if it lines up. We've got about 3 3/4. Oh, it's pretty close. I'll take it. Not gonna lose sleep over it. It's pretty close. Cool. Next up, we'll drill the holes. So I want to say this is a 5/16 drill bit. Here's our screw. Looks like it'll work. Let's see what happens. All right, so we got our track in, just kind of test fitting. Running into a little bit of a hiccup. So the plastic that was drilled is going to be in the way, that excess. So I have to trim all that out. That way our washers and nuts can catch onto the threads, because right now there's barely anything. And also, these big plastic pieces are in the way. So we're gonna have to cut or drill or do something with those. Or maybe just use the small washers on those ones and the big ones in the center. I don't know, we'll see. I'm starting to think that I may need longer screws. There's just doesn't seem like there's enough meat sticking down out of these screws for these washers and this nut to fit on. So we're gonna try this, see how it works. If not, we'll have to pick this back up after we pick up longer screws. Don't hurt to try, right? But yeah, it just doesn't look promising. Yeah, no way. Now this end one I don't know if we'll even be able to get a washer on it. We'll be lucky if we can get the nut on. It's right up against that plastic piece. No, we'll try, but so the track is in. This thing is solid. We originally purchased 5 of these, but due to these plastic mounts for the radio here, they're in the way. It won't let you get the washer in there. But for the center 3, they're in there, and this thing is solid. I mean, you can shake the car with this thing. I'm trying to move it right now. It is not going anywhere, so I'm happy with that. If it starts to come loose, then we'll start cutting these to fit these in, but I don't see that happening, especially with the locking nuts too. So go ahead and test our ram mount here. That's pretty cool. I like that. Twist, tighten. We can just point it this way. We can point it wherever we want. We can even bring it to where it kind of sets on the top here, so you don't just get minimal bouncing as possible. I guess the real test will be for the freeway, but that is nice. I like that. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and test the phone. There it is. That's cool. Dog hair. Perfect. Cool beans. And just go ahead and reverse your steps, put everything back. That's pretty much it. Super easy. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for the Yak Attack. Yep, the Yak Attack gear track with the ram mount and T-slot ball combo there. And yeah, everything's back on. We'll go ahead and give it a test when we drive around, and the real test will be on the trail. Can't wait to try it out. So cool. Hopefully this helps somebody. Once again, thanks for the guys that gave me the idea to do this. I like it. Gives me the option to run some other stuff too. Any questions, let me know. I'll post everything down in the comments there. All right, thank you.